Hi, it's React Jury. Episode, shit, what episode is this? We're getting a real time check. I think it's episode 4. React Jury 4. Sure, yeah, let's go. I'm scrolling. I'm doing one of these before bed because I'm bored. Oh, these are some funny ones, actually. Am I the asshole for stomping slash breaking my 13-year-old nephew's RC car? Oh no. Oh no. You're literally a Disney villain. You're literally a Disney villain. You are a Disney villain. And this is like your opening scene, like introducing you in the movie, showing how bad of a person you are. I'm gonna have some fun with this. Okay. My family had a get together this last weekend. And as I was going to be spending the night, I brought my dogs along with me. One of my dogs, a little dude, is nearly 17 years old, and I have had him since I was a kid. While he is in pretty good physical shape, his back legs are a little weak, and he has tweaked his back a couple of times in the last few years. I know where this post is going. Despite this, my nephew thought it would be funny to bump into little dude's legs with the RC car, causing him to slip on the wood floor a little bit. I very sternly told my nephew not to do that again, as little dude is old and he could hurt him very badly. Maybe a few minutes later, everyone was socializing, so I wasn't directly watching. I saw the RC car go straight into the little dude again, and this time he slipped and fully splatted onto the floor. I tore into my nephew, telling him that if he goes near little dude with that car again, I will stomp the damn thing. He seemed to actually feel bad, so I don't think he meant to seriously make him fall. Another few minutes go by. Out of the corner of my eye, I see the RC car zoom past the little dude, and even though the car didn't actually touch him at all, he was so startled by it that he still slipped and fell right onto his face again. No, no. I was so furious that I walked over to the car and stomped on it with my foot until it broke. Everyone immediately went silent, and my nephew started crying and saying I was just driving past him. I didn't even touch him. I told him that after telling him twice to leave little dude alone, he had no business even driving anything near him when it was literally an entire house to drive his car. The general consensus of the room was that I overreacted and my nephew was just a kid. Yes. Yes, that's true. Ironically, the only person, quote, on my side is my sister, my nephew's mom. She got him the car for Christmas and couldn't care less about me breaking it. It was barely $30. You have a very well off sister. My parents have brought it up to me several times and insinuated that I owe my nephew a new RC car. I honestly at this point disagree, but wonder if my love slash protectiveness over little dude has clouded my judgment. We're gonna read the edit after. You're the asshole. Uh there is no realm where you're not the asshole. There is no realm where you are not. Like I said earlier, this is your Disney villain introduction scene where we see you do this. We see you stomp on a kid, a 13-year-old kid's RC car. Like, okay, let me let me break this down. Let me break this down. So I'm just gonna read the edit. I'm gonna read the edit. I want to address the comment saying I shouldn't have brought my dogs in the first place. My two dogs are part of the family and are more than welcome when I come and stay at my parents'. It is the house that the both of them spent a majority of their lives in, lol. So, okay, let me break this down. The issue does not lie in the fact that you took your dogs with you. That's not where the issue is. People on Reddit are semantical, and that's why we're not reading the replies yet, because they're just going to make me more upset. The issue is not with the dogs being there. The issue is with you and with this kid. I'm gonna assume that you're like in your 30s, maybe like you're 29 to 35. That's my guess. That's what I'm gonna guess. And what's happened here is, oh, excuse me. What's happened here is you are dealing with a child that is at the age where they are testing boundaries again. The age where children test boundaries is like 5 to 7, and then like as soon as they turn 13, it is 13 to like 15, maybe even 16, 17. No, I think 13 to 16 is a good realm. When you're in that age range, you're testing shit. You are being testy. You are doing shit on purpose. You are seeing how much you can get away with without getting in trouble. And what happened here is this kid wanted to see how much they could get away with before something was done to them, before they got punished for it. And you punished them, and your punishment was too far. So threatening to like stomp it is one thing, you know. I think threatening to stomp it, it's not the worst thing ever. You don't want your family overhearing that at all. I think it's better you don't even say that to your nephew at all, because if your nephew goes and tells mom about it, mom might actually give a shit. I'll get to mom of this kid in a second, but other relatives, even if you didn't do anything, are gonna hold that over your head too. So scaring them with like a threat of like I'm going to whoop your ass or I'm gonna break that if you do something, if you try to hurt my dog again. Yeah, that's one thing. If the kid actually tries to do it again, because like okay, they did they did deliberately run into your dog a second time. Like he wasn't trying to make him fall, but you already warned him and then he saw it happen. And at that point, because he's 13 and he's kind of at that age where he has to start being cognizant of what he's doing and how it can hurt other people. He then proceeds to try his best to poke the bear and drives it real close, close enough to scare it. Like like it goes past him, it doesn't touch him. And you know, you were right. There's a whole rest of the house to play in. There's a whole rest of the house to play in. But he was poking the bear, and you know what? No, I'm gonna use the word. He was rage baiting you. The child was rage baiting you, and you fell for it. You fell for it. You let it happen to you, and sadly, the child won in this scenario, and everyone is going to be on the child's side because even if that kid like stabbed your dog with a fork or did some other like heinous shit to that dog, if you then did something to the kid or something to the kid that the kid owns, everyone in the family is going to be on the kid's side. Now, the fact that your sister, this kid's mom, was not on the kid's side kind of speaks to a thing of I don't know if this is her first I don't know if this is your sister's first kid. This that has incredibly like that is my second/slash third kid and I don't give a fuck energy to it. But even if it isn't, the fact that mom isn't even a little bit upset with you is weird, right? Right? Your sister should be a little upset with you because like that's $30. That's a $30 toy, you know, a $30 RC car. It's cheap, you know. Good RC toys are like expensive, so they did get the kid like a cheap RC car. But the thing is, That was still that kid's Christmas present. One of the kid's Christmas presents, at least. That was still one of the kid's Christmas presents. And you just stomped on it. That kid might still believe in Santa. And you just straight up stomped on a toy from Santa. No matter what you do, that kid's gonna think about that whenever they see you now. You could, like, I don't know if buying him a new toy would, like, remedy you in his eyes. That's going to be something that he thinks about for the rest of his life. You're kind of fucked. You are completely fucked. I think you are the asshole in this situation. The kid rage baited you, and while yeah, he should he should know better. He's 13. He knows better, but he's going to still try to fuck with people in his life anyway, because he is at that age where he needs to be taught that when he fucks up, he is going to get consequences. You are not the person to give consequences like that. That's for, like, that's for mom and dad to do. Mom and dad are the ones to give punishments, and they might be a little laissez-faire. Like, from what I can tell here, mom might just not give a fuck, and that's a failure of mom. But you're not mom. You're not the judge, jury, and executioner. You need to just let this kid get punished by literally anybody else. The best thing you could have done in this situation is walk over to the RC car, and instead of stomping it out, you pick it up, and if there's a battery in it, you take the battery out. Or no, you pick it up, you take it into the room with all of the family members, you sit it so it can't be, you sit it so you'd have to flip it over to run it, and you say, hey sis, your kid keeps running into my old dog's legs with his RC car after I asked him to stop, after I told him that it was hurting him. You tattle. Like, I think we as society have learned that tattling is a bad thing, and it's not. It's not. You're just worried about tattling about the wrong things. Like, if I see someone shoplifting at a store, I don't see it, actually. I don't know what you're talking about. If I see, like, if I see someone who very clearly is actually homeless begging for money, no, I don't. I don't see them on the curbside of my store. If I see, like, a company asking for money on the curbside of my store, I call my manager. If I see my nephew trying to sneak some candy, yeah, I do. I'm getting their mom. If I see my nephew doing literally anything to hurt an animal, I am grabbing them by the arm and finding their mom or any adult that has power over them as soon as I can, because I'm not the one to punish them. You are not the person to punish somebody if you see something happening. If someone is doing something wrong, and that something wrong is hurting, like, an animal or someone else that is in the same oh god, what's the word? Oh god, I can't think of the word. If that person is in the same like, situation financially as you should tell them. Like, when I'm at work, and I see that like trash didn't get done by the person who was supposed to do trash this morning, and now I have to do it, yeah, I'm gonna tattle on the person who didn't do trash that morning. We're getting paid the same. Why wouldn't I tattle on them? I'm having to do more work than they are, and they're getting paid the same as me. I don't care if nothing actually gets done about it. I want to know that they're gonna get talked to about it at least. Or at least I want to bitch about it, you know? But I'm not the one to punish them. I'm not the one that's gonna go yell at them about it. I'm not the one that's gonna chew them out about it and threaten their job about it. No. It's the same with a kid that's not yours. Unless you're... No, even if you are babysitting, you are not in... You're not in a position to do anything other than report what you saw and what happened. So, yeah, you're the asshole. I don't think you love your dogs too much. I think anyone that's saying you love your dogs too much isn't an insane person, because this is a senior animal. This is a senior pet that's been a part of the family's life for a very long time and clearly still can function to some extent. If the dog was like completely old and senile, I would be questioning why you're bringing them with you and why you're not like like having them at a doggy daycare or something. But that doesn't seem to be the case. It seems that they just got weak knees. Sorry, I'm like losing words here. I No, you're insane. You're insane for doing that. Please next time just tell his mom that, hey, your son's doing something they shouldn't be doing, and it doesn't have to be so complicated, and it doesn't have to be something that your family holds over your head. If your family holds this over your head, by the way, you need to chew them out about it, and you need to ask them like, well, what if it was your dog? What would what you have done? And if their response is anything other than like, well, the situation would have been different for me actually, because actually, then you don't listen. Let it roll off your back. I think you should go and donate to the RC Car for Nephew Fund. I think you should give him an even better one than the one you destroyed, and I think you should just hang out with him a little bit. And you should play the RC car with him. And you should show him proper play. Because the kid isn't going to learn anything from this, from you, other than, I'm scared of my aunt. I'm scared shitless of my aunt, and if I do anything wrong, she's going to explode at me and break my toys. And it's a 13-year-old, so you might think, well, they're not going to have that much of a child brain. But the thing is, this is their teenage years. They're going to be going through puberty soon if they're not going through it already. Rather, they're going to be in the middle of puberty soon if they're not in the middle of it already. These are their formative years where they're going to remember things the most, and they're going to remember this vividly. So you gotta fix this fast. You gotta fix this ASAP. Or else you're gonna, like, never be able to hang out with this kid again. I want to read the comments. Slight, you're the asshole, and if we're to give you not the asshole, but only because I think you should have confiscated the car instead. I'm 100% on your side in terms of anger at the situation and concern for your pup. 17 is very old. That kid could have broken your dog's leg or caused some injury. Like, I do think, though, that even in that the dog, even in this state, you shouldn't be bringing him with you. Like, I get that dog's, like, your favorite thing in the world, but that's not the factor in this. The factor is that, like, yeah, you probably shouldn't have brought the dog with you, but this nephew has no regards for, like, the dog, period. Like, this kid doesn't have a doesn't have the regard for like life yet. They don't understand like what it means that something is fragile and old. I don't know what I'm getting at. This kid's an asshole too, but he's not the asshole in this situation. You're the asshole. Everyone sucks here. Your nephew's a jackass. Uh, he's 13. Every 13-year-old's a jackass. I actually think your hope is a made-up story, same. You're the asshole. Can only keep the dog on your lap. Your nephew didn't hit the dog. He drove past the... He did hit the dog, though. He did hit the dog. He hit the dog twice. He hit the dog twice. You didn't read. I just dropped something. I'm playing with a fucking lozenge in my hand because I don't want to suck on it on mic. It just fell out of my hand. I think that's like cue to stop soon. You're the asshole. 13-year-olds can be irresponsible and impulsive. You're old enough to come up with a solution. Somewhere between yelling at him to stop and stopping on the car. Yeah, you're the asshole. The kid shouldn't have done that. He should have known better, but he's 13, and 13-year-olds aren't known for amazing judgment. Yes. The first time was just him goofing around. He didn't understand the danger until you told him. The second time was truly intentionally bad behavior, and his parents should address it. The third time was on you. He didn't hit the dog, and it's pretty understandable mistake at 13 to not realize instantly that the car might scare the dog into falling. He showed genuine remorse, blah, blah, blah. So, heat of the moment. I get it. That's where a lot of the am I the asshole posts come from, is shit that gets done and said in the heat of the moment. And then instead of apologizing, you go and you dig your heels in the dirt and say, I didn't do anything wrong, and then go to Reddit to hopefully try and get some brownie points about it, and usually embellish the story a little bit to make yourself sound better. You're the asshole. If the story is even true. Because this just sounds just like a Disney villain introduction story. This sounds like a power fantasy thing. This sounds like something you really wish you had done, but you didn't actually do, because instead you actually thought about it for a second. It didn't stomp on the RC car and took it back to mom and told mom about it. Whatever the case, please treat your dog better and don't keep taking them places. Let your dog stay at home if they're 17 years old and can barely stand without, like, getting spooked, completely toppling them over. But that's not why you're the asshole. You're the asshole because you stomped a toy. You stomped a toy car until it broke. What are you wearing, high heels? I can't remember the name of the Disney villain from 101 Dalmatians. I can't remember her name. Cruella Deville. Thank you, Wren. You're not. You are not Cruella Deville. You do not get a pass because you're a bad bitch. You're the asshole. Thanks for listening, and have a good day.